Fiancé visas enable U.S. citizens to immigrate foreign partners from overseas without marrying them first. An individual may do this so that he or she may marry the foreigner in the United States. A foreigner may enter the U.S. through a U.S. port of entry on a K-1 fiancé visa. Once in the U.S., the individual has 90 days to marry the U.S. citizen fiancé. After marriage, the foreigner may apply to adjust status to become a U.S. permanent resident based on that marriage. Requirements. A U.S. citizen must file a petition to begin the application process for a fiancé visa. Both partners must have met in person within the past 2 years. The relationship must be genuine, and both partners must be willing and able to marry. All prior marriages must be terminated. Furthermore, the U.S. citizen must meet certain income requirements to prove that the foreign fiancé who enters the U.S. is unlikely to collect welfare or certain other government benefits. Income level. The income requirements for the U.S. citizen petitioner vary depending upon how many people are immigrating to the U.S. and when the fiancé visa interview takes place. Minimum income requirements are equal to 100% of poverty guidelines published by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. The minimum income amounts increase each year by about the third week of January. When processing, it helps to look ahead because the determination of whether or not a petitioner can satisfy income requirements is determined at the end of case processing. Stable earnings. The petitioner may establish stable earnings by possessing a pattern of revenue that meets the income guidelines. The government will often conduct background investigations of the petitioner to see whether he or she has maintained a stable job in the U.S. for at least the entire tax year, or otherwise has been able to generate consistent income. The petitioner's tax return may be examined for substantiation in this regard. As a general matter, the government looks at 2 requirements. The first requirement is that you must file your tax returns and pay your taxes. The U.S. government will not consider immigration applications for those citizens who are opposed to filing tax returns. The second requirement is that you must have stable earnings over the minimum. Stability is key. Someone may meet the minimum income, but if the job does not seem stable, the fiancé visa can be denied for fear that the foreigner will come to the U.S. and become a public charge. So meeting the income guidelines includes stability on the job by the U.S. citizen, not just getting over the minimum. Assets are not considered for meeting minimum income guidelines for K-1 visa processing, but they can help in showing stable earnings. The legal fees for assistance with K-1 visa processing vary depending upon the issues of the case. We provide a free initial consultation for those interested in possibly working with us on case processing, and we're happy to answer your questions. I'm Allan. Thank you.